always make more money. One thing we can't get back is time and energy. We can always make more money. One thing we can't get back is time and energy. You guys are in Clemmons, you're going to be doing these interviews. It inspired me seeing you go on YouTube that I want to start doing the same thing. I saw in Thailand there was a couple of guys that are doing Isaiah, who we both were talking about. I've been following him for 3 years, and I saw he created a lot of influence for people to move to Thailand. Like changed their life. They picked up, moved their whole life to Thailand because of his videos. So I was thinking like, man, I wish I had that in Clemmons. So I went online and saw, is anyone doing some Clemmons? Nobody. So they do apartment tours, they go in the apartment, why'd you move here, why Thailand, why Mexico, what's kept you here, what's the cost of living, how much your apartment, and they tour through the apartment. And so Isaiah's one of the guys, there's another guy named Sam, he does a more wide variety of people. And so they ask different quality of questions. Some are just lifestyle, someone that's wanting to go down to just save money, and then there's some people that are going there with a lock in and really advance their life and just cut down their expenses and have more money to invest in themselves and in their business. So I knew just through talking to you guys, different mentors and people I have, I was like, oh, I ask good questions, this will translate well to put online, put on YouTube. A lot of people are in the rat race, doing the same thing every day, and to have something relatable where they believe, oh, I can achieve it. He was a young man, went out there without a plan, and he made it a full 6-figure income from nothing. In I think the first year and a half being out there. So to do all these interviews with a lot of people that have different skill sets, I think that was very helpful for me to be inspired to move to Thailand. And so with Clemmons, I met a very unique, eclectic group of people, from the spiritual plant medicine yoga people to multi-billionaire hedge fund people and oligarchs. And they have properties there that they would love to show, but they want it to be with someone they have comfortability with.
Hey, welcome. Al Thomas here. Thank you. I'm so excited. My new book just got released on Amazon called The Entrepreneurial Mindset to Wealth. It's going to help you understand how to make the gap from here to where you want to go in 2026 and beyond. You're going to see some of the things that I did to learn from my billionaire mentors that have helped me become who I am today. And I'm going to talk about real estate in there when I bought my first property. I'm going to talk about my mentors in there. It is so jam-packed with information you're going to learn from, and it's going to help you become better and stronger. The benefits are you don't have to do things I had to go through to get where you want to go. Think about it. For a book like this, you're going to get so blessed with so much information. I would buy 3 or 4 if I were you and give your 2 best friends. It's going to be a great thing that you can talk about and converse with between you. Hey, listen, also leave a book review. I love to get a book review. Make it good. As well as if you send me a picture of you holding the book, I want to get that out there so people can see how you're enjoying the book as well. Let's bless others. Pay it forward. Take care. And God bless. Remember, with a closed fist, you can't give nor receive. Let's give it to the world. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
So even the YouTube I did yesterday, my guy Evan, he's a complete rock star. He grew up in the Tupac Biggie era. He was on the same label, but the rock side. So he knows all of them. He was completely on the other side of what Clemmons is. He came to Clemmons, lost a lot of weight, doing yoga now. Super tattooed. You will see him, think he's been in prison. He's just a rock star. Now he's really committed his life to helping men. So he has an app called Mentorship. I used to go to the men's group. I think I invited Jim on it. And so that group, when I first went to Mexico, it made me realize that a lot of men are conflicted. They don't have direction. They didn't have father figure guidance or leadership that they knew how to lead themselves. And so to be in these groups and just say what I was doing naturally, I realized a lot of others is an aha moment. They're there to come for a weekend, and I had been living them for a year. And talking to you, you're like, man, you in the tropics with your shirt off, doing tours on the bike. What you talking about, So I realized that to someone that is not living that, it makes it relatable for them. Oh, he was in foster care. Oh, he has ADHD. He has all these labels that I'm justifying for my shortcomings in life. This may be something that I can do. Let me reach out to him, and it helped raise his coaching, his inner circle. And so, me building the business for 5 years in Clemmons solely on referral, I realized I need to have something that I can nurture an audience where they see value in the coaching and the mindset too. Because you can't make the money without the mindset. We all know that, right? And so for people to see that articulated, for people like yourself, people that are very spiritual, people that are just money motivated, and seeing that the combination, the correlation between everyone is they have a positive, open mindset. And that's why they're able to implement things that most people aren't. So my channel doesn't have direction yet in terms of the title, but the guy in Tulum that I saw, he created a group called the New Elite. And it was 4 guys. They went to Thailand, they started doing Muay Thai, and they were scaling their business from 10 to 100,000. Through that process, they started getting other guys to move there. It's 120 guys there. And they have sectors between Thailand, which started at 2,000, and then the Dubai is 10,000. And it's 120 people that I know of. You know, I don't know about their inner circle, but it's called the New Elite. So I'm gonna put in the chat GPT, which should be my group's name. You know, I'm about sovereign living, mindset, spirituality, yoga, but I'm a savage in boxing. So I'm a mix of Andrew Tate, Joe Dispenza, Tony Robbins. What's that? So I'm doing my version of that, and through all the conversations I've had with you, we had breakfast one day down here. We had a cigar the day before. That was my first cigar, and you told me everybody can't come. Not that specifically, but you made me aware that my discipline and my perseverance sometimes put a mirror up to people, to their excuses. That could be in family. And so, being out here these years, being isolated, I realized, instead of complaining I don't have friends, why don't I do what's necessary to track them? And I think that's what the channel's going to help me do. And I've seen you go from the idea from I was showing you Myron Golden or stuff like that, and you said, oh, I can do that. And now you guys 116 subscribers, because a year and a half later, 2 years later, you took action leveraging all your experience. And I didn't want to be a guru or someone that is marketing something I haven't done. I don't have any proof of concept. And I saw you implement, hey, I have a network of people that value what I can share with them. And it pairs into all the things you want to genuinely do with launching your book and everything you're doing. And I noticed when you cultivate a relationship like this, as soon as you drop the book, what I do, order it on Amazon. And that's what I like. And I don't need a discount. You know what I mean? I'm asking for a free copy. Let me invest back in the people that invested in me. And so I'm looking forward to you guys' feedback too. You know, what you think can add to it that you know about me that I may not see from the outside looking in to add to that channel. Mr. Clemmons, what you think? Because I know I showed you a little bit more, and we talked a little bit more in detail about
it. Anything is like everything you already doing, it just needs to be documented. It ain't like I can just tell you the magical thing to do.
Yeah.
Because you're living. So then it's just documenting it so that other people can see what you're actually doing. How it's probably. I'm like, that would make a big difference. So everything, I mean, you already got a full good track record. Everything you're doing. Best thing about you is the fact that it's not about your success. You're documenting because of all the other people you helped with their success. That right there is what most people think that it's all about. So, whereas you become the person you are by helping several other people reach their goals. So now it's just documented. I mean, there's nothing more to add to it.
Keep it simple.
That's it.
Like right now, we were about to have a conversation, and I realized the question I'm going to ask you is what I wish I saw 4 years ago. So I think one of my other mentors, he said, talk to you 5 years ago. What did you need to hear and see to be who you are now? And have that in mind with the channel, is to speak to your younger self, because then it's authentic. Because I'm saying what I wish I would know. What about you?
First of all, everybody, I want to let you know that we are in Mexico today. We're at Playa del Carmen. This guy came in today to places there came in. And I just got back to Thailand. Ryan was one of the first things. Jebre speaking in Vietnam, they're doing well over there. You know, to be able to have these two gentlemen go back and forth and learn from is amazing. I don't think there's anything I would compare with Mr. Clemmons said. He's already proven that he's down here for 5 years. You live in paradise. Sometimes you and I talk, and I say, what? How many people have the opportunity to live here in paradise? Beautiful weather, George is the first office teacher, great people, and a lot of people they live in red ones. A lot of times, you live here, where it's sunshine. You go out anytime of your night and enjoy yourself. Great restaurants, great food. So you're family. A lot of people don't experience that. They live their whole life. Here's what happened in life. I think we're born here, right? You pass away here. And most people don't even figure out where they need to here. So almost in our life. Versus you started here, and you have the rest of your life position. So you living in a great town. When I sit talking to yourself, I don't think it's anything you can do all night. Clemmons said, document it, do more of it, help more people. That's it.
And the other thing I add is, as far as your next step, this is the only business where we typically recommend this, is for you to, get high on your own supply. You be the product of what you're helping other people. You and I had that conversation. So I think that's the next step. With everything you do is now, I'm gonna show you how to do it. You know how to do it, but you're gonna document yourself doing it.
The next level, wow, helping people get where I'm at now.
Right. And then it's now, not only are you the teacher, you're a product of everything you taught.
Exactly. That's key, because I was thinking about the 5 years, all the relationships that have been cultivated. I'm condensing it for YouTube now, but if I had been doing this throughout the time, which I'll do now the next year or 2 or 3 that I'm going, it's going to be cultivate more relationships, more interaction with people, which also helps me evolve. That's another big thing too. It's like I was nervous to be on camera. It's not about being on camera. It's about when you start thinking about, man, if I would have heard this when I was in the basement, when I was in 3 years in the top room, what if I would have cut that down to 3 months, 6 months of information? And so that's what's really inspiring me now, is knowing I can just in 1 week of talking with somebody, like many mentors, mentees that I've had, and see how they're living now, it just raises their vibration, raises what they believe they can achieve. And then it also, when you're coaching somebody, what I like when I have mentees that live down here is you have that day-to-day accountability. So it also makes it more fun to practice what you preach, because they're right there, and it helps with that consistency. When the why's not strong enough internally, you look around at the people that see you as what's possible, and it keeps you inspired to be consistent. Because it's not easy, but it's worth it. And I realize it's hard to be broke, but it's also hard to make some money. So you got to choose your heart, and that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm choosing to be on camera. I did the YouTube yesterday, and I said, have fun. There was bloopers. I'm gonna add the bloopers before I start the video, because that's more relatable. You won't get on here and act all perfect. I'm looking at the video, and I thought about when I went to the gym and started boxing, there was 13-year-old kids beating me up every day. I'm a beginner. You have to be willing to be a beginner. Now when I train, I got the grown man strength and some experience. I got to train with the men now, because I put in that work for 6 months. Same thing with YouTube and compound.
Yeah.
Being on here every day, getting used to talking about it with people I'm already comfortable with, it ushers it in a lot easier. I appreciate you guys.
Well, there's always saying, documentation on this conversation.
Yes, sir.
The more you document it, then also the more your students or mentees have success and confirms who you are. You're critical. So you'll say, the apple don't fall. You have results. So that's how people come to work with that result. So if you're like 37 plus, 21 people, they speaks for itself. And if you have two of them, let them do it for you.
Yeah, that's key. And I always, when I meet people, I learn the importance of action. Right? When we have the conversations, I send you notes. Right? I send you notes. Even with you, I say, hey, look, this is what I got from the conversation. And time is so valuable. And I realize when people can add value to life, if you pay attention, you take notes, you take action, they genuinely have the desire to see you do well. So if you take action, it's in their best interest to help, right? Because that's all the sacrifice that it is even to live out here. 5 years, it's a lot of ups and downs in entrepreneurship. It's not all what you make % online. There's a lot of adversity that comes with building yourself, not just your business.
If it was easy, everybody would.
Everybody.
There's a price to pay for greatness. There's a price to pay for success. But to be successful, one of the average person is compounded over his time. It's amazing. I can take a flight from here and fly to Carmen, get off that far, and I can end up in Kansas City.
Exactly.
Versus going back to Dallas or somewhere, Vegas or place. So it takes compounding, but consistency. That consistency. There's days that I don't feel like doing things, but I have to do it. Consistency over time. You just got to continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, because we get to do it as a privilege. Like I was, my buddy told me, he clocked in at a desk. He makes great money, but he works 60 hours a week in a cubicle. And so a lot of people, he said, man, I've seen you every day, on your stories. Everybody that's here, they've been for 40 years. And, you know, some days I'm like, oh, I want to scale right now, so this is what we're doing. But he's saying there isn't an option to scale, so I have to do like I was telling you, to use your job as an investor. Invest in yourself, invest in your business, and do it part-time until it's full-time. And so that's what I had to realize is I need to operate as if I had that experience, because I have a little bit of urgency.
Well, we all should, but there's two things about the intermittent game, two things I still live by today. Number one, it has to have fun. And number two, you have to have residual-based income. If it doesn't have those two components, I tend not to. I say no, I said yes. I don't miss Clemmons. I say no, a lot more than say yes. But, you know, our partnership and friendship, I love each other and grow. We always get along, but I have to listen. Sometimes I don't, and I want to, and I do. But it's also understanding, be quiet. It goes both ways, folks. You won't admit to it, but it goes both ways. But that's where the love of friendship and love of growing, because not every time somebody gives you something you want to hear and or go for. You know, I can think of several people I told them, you know, get a book, read a book, they don't want to read. That's well, listen, like take notes. They don't even take notes, but they're stuck in a rut. They're stuck at a certain income level or level in life. Not even income, but the level of life because they can't grow. So the beautiful thing is, it has leverage residual, and we can scale it up by all means.
Yeah, that's key as a residual. And that's the thing I'm realizing, you don't have a business really until you have a residual. You just bought yourself a job. And that's okay. It's a stepping stone to get where you want to be. And I'm realizing that now is working smarter, not just harder.
I said no choice. Sorry.
No, that's it. Working smarter, not just harder, for sure.
Yeah. I said no to something the other day was an opportunity, but I had to say no to it because I want to get to something I can do less and less and make more and more. Most people do more and more and get paid less and less with inflation, which is a silent tax on everybody. Tax, but sold at 2%, it's at 3.7 today, but people don't understand. That's why they're buying less and less in stores, because their money's not keeping up with inflation. It's not growing. It's not growing, you know, residually, it's not growing exponentially. Growing stagnant, you know, it's not going.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, what you're doing, you're growing, you're always calling, how can I upscale this? I got a question here. And that's what a lot of people need to have a mentor that can come to and ask questions, he's very transparent, and go give them the truth, whether they like it or not. And be honest about it, so that they'll let me know things. Because they've been down that road. It's like me going to Africa. We went with Africa the first time. Can you imagine people jumping by myself? No, I probably wouldn't get alive.
Exactly.
But I had to take a coach to coach me. Don't go this way, go this way, don't go there. Watch out for this. So that's what's important. A lot of people, everybody needs a coach.
It's a tour guide. And that's what I've always said. I told you, I know mentorship is wisdom without waiting. Having access to
Say
someone.
that again one more time.
Mentorship is wisdom without waiting.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that I realize is I have a lot of mentors that value their time and they move accordingly. And so they're very selective of where they get time and energy, because we can always make more money. One thing we can't get back is time and energy.
That's exactly.
So that's what I'm realizing now, is being more intentional about that. And it's sometimes isolating for a moment in time, but it's part of the journey.
It's part of it. You know, you said something that struck me with one of my big mentors, about my first year. And he said, when landing, because I think you'll work my time. And that's what he said, work his time. Because time is something that we like to get that one. Every place that it's gone forever. And that's one thing people understand. Please, folks, you get a mentor, please don't waste that person's time. Just says perfect does. Time is something that God say he is what he's doing. And who's taking the information from it? You know, there's no Indian prophet that said, man, give us so many words a day. Man, God give us, let's say, 1,000 words, 10,000 words a day. And how many people wasted words on people that won't even kind of say it? Also, not going to talk. Literally. Can't speak to the next one, can't speak. Then you run across the mic, you can't read it, you have a word. Wasting it on people that don't care what they're talking. So words are very powerful. So,
Man, I'm curious, man. What keeps bringing you guys out here? I know you guys have invested out here and obviously love the weather.
honest, for you first, sir. Okay. No.
Yeah, so for me, not just the investments out there, what is it's an investment on mental health.
That's
It's a peaceful. Forget the money aspect. I mean, it's priceless. If it takes catching a flight to go and reset, guess what? Take a flight today, take a flight tomorrow, wherever. And we do it all the time. You know, typically we're out here once or twice a month. I enjoy it. Like coming out here, no stress with anything. I'm good. Love it.
Asking this question, what's the first thing I do when we land? When we get past security or go through coming out of the customs, what's the first thing I do when I come out before I get out of the airport? What I change?
Dude, let me look at the camera. So, as soon as we land, his first stop is trying to figure out how he can change clothes to feel at home. I'm like, can't you wait till we get to the property? No, I need to be home now.
Tell what I change into.
So, in the parking lot,
If I have to.
no, you know, he did.
Yesterday I did, but normally I go to the bathroom, but I was in the parking lot, nobody around us.
In the parking lot, he done put on some shorts and flip-flops. He's like, okay, I'm ready to go.
You gotta enjoy the time.
Yeah, always, because that's just how I like to roll. I mean, this is what he said about being comfortable. When I got to come through the security, all I want to do is put on my shorts and flip-flops, sunglasses, and now I'm home. Notice what he said. Now we're ready to reset. Most people live in a rat race. They're going 24/7, and they're just going back and forth for 5 days. And get off 2, rest up, we're back home. Coming here, food, people are amazing. You know, I met Mr. Ryan Owens down here, who was a friend. But the key is building and establishing the other things to see in the world. There's a great big world out here. It's amazing how some people only been to one country, never left their city, never left their state, let alone go across the country, let alone leave the country. I mean, I just got back completing my 30th country. Man, what a blessing. When I got back from Vietnam, I was just blown away by the people, the love, and the admiration of people so humble they had nothing. We're so blessed, but I mean, it's really good chance to get out and do things you say you want to do. So for me, coming here, like this money says, it's time to reset. It's time to recharge your batteries. Then you go back into the battle of the United States and all the craziness going on there. But I mean, it's crazy in all parts of the world, but we can come here and relax. We can be a couple hours away from home. We have a home away from home. We own places here. And I just love the idea of having something outside the United States. Give us options. You know, a lot of people have options because they choose not to. I'll give you an example. You know, there was some incidents happening here, you know, a month or two ago, and, you know, you heard it on the news, but you know, all that's past. Why? You know, but the news keep telling you, oh, don't come. Don't. Really? Who are you listening to? We're here now. We got here okay. You know,
Been here the whole time.
the whole time. You know, it's just, you know, you got to understand, the news is there to keep you in that one little, that box, the box, and not get out the box. Not see the other side of the box, not see the other side of the world. Because they want you to be. They got people racist against each other and politics against each other. Really? What are you going to take up and start thinking outside the box for yourself and your family?
What do confused and in fear people do? Nothing. And that's the objective.
Yeah, it's called.
Keep you fear and confused.
Here along the women of them.
Yep. And then you got the news, always negative stuff. You got fear, F-E-A-R, false education, fear. You're aware only in your mind because what you heard from somebody else who's never been, but you're going to take their word for what's going on down here. Folks, I'm telling you, when I went to Asia, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you something. It's a great big world out here. Just, you got to think outside if you think that you want to. Let me ask you a question, and we'll pass it to call on. What would you do if you only had the next 48 hours to live? What would you do differently that you haven't already done? My question is, why don't you go do it? Are you guaranteed you'll be here next 48 hours? Wow. I never looked at it that way. Gentlemen.
Man, what would I do?
I know what you do. You probably do something you've never done, but then again, there's not very many things on that list probably. Probably going ahead, probably try to go to Vietnam in the next 48 hours.
Yeah, man, that's what I realized too, is the simple things. Literally, the things that we would do wouldn't take money. We would do something simple. And that's what I'm realizing, appreciate the freedom to do the simple things. Like waking up when I'm
There you go. That's priceless.
priceless.
We came here today, we just took a long walk upon this place over there, we walked and walked. Oh, it's 2 miles. Let's go. You got to do it.
I said, this time I walk is only 6 minutes. I walk on down there to y'all.
Exactly. We get up this morning, you call me, what are you doing? Oh, I'm still sleeping. It's like 11 o'clock. Different time zone. It's like, you know what? Yeah. But that's the beauty of having you own your life. You have control of your life. You're not controlled by the bell. Get up by the bell. Time to get up. You gotta eat. Gotta get up the door before the bell. Gotta get to work. It's just peace of mind. It's a lot of control experience. I want to thank you for bringing a lot of this up to me because this is very powerful. People to hear your story. You've been here 5 years. You left. Let me tell you about Brian Owens. He left the United States, came down, and kind of had the back billing. And he made a decision. That's a key word. Made a decision to make this his new home without anybody he knew. And he built upon that, and I'm very proud of him for doing that. And now he's telling you, why can't you do what it may be for you? What if that might mean for you? Or what if that may be for you?
Appreciate it. It made me realize a lot of different things because this chapter for Mexico, for me, I've been reflecting on what it means. Doing these channels now is going to be a journal, but it's also, like I said, speaking to my younger self. A lot of the things I saw online, some of it's just good marketing, and some of it's just authentic and people care. And I was blessed to meet some people through being on YouTube and inspired to come to Mexico that I was able to get great mentors, be of good service to people, and then be introduced to you. And it took a life of its own. And what it started is that one faith lesson, taking that leap of faith and just going, not really fully having a plan, and knowing that I'm willing to put in the work, I'm willing to grow as a person, the rest will align to me. And that was the opening to me developing as a person and learning that wherever you go, there you are. And then once you do the work on yourself, things will start becoming attractive to you.
I mean, we're going to be here for a week or so. My phone just rang a minute ago. You heard it ring? That was another friend of ours here in Mexico. We met earlier with another friend of mine in Mexico, owns several properties here free and clear. And we have a bite to eat with him. I mean, we'll be busy because the friends we meet is the way we're established. I'm talking about Mr. Clemmons here. Talking about pushing. He's the guy that got me to start YouTube. I had several people also that asked me about YouTube. He said, let's do it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Didn't know anything about it, but I was going to take that lead. And now because of him, we're building something together as a team. So folks, be open to try something different. Step out of faith. The Bible said, without works, faith is dead. You gotta have faith, but also you gotta do the work. The only place that success comes will work is in the dictionary. So don't be afraid of this. I never said a person left that yet and said, I wish I had more time to work. They wish they had more time to do things they want to do with their family and friends. That is priceless. We got a little girl up there. Come here for a second. Say hello to the camera. Meet the ID. Say hello. Over here. Hello. There you are. Get over here. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? Huh? Tell them, ¿cómo se llama? What's your name? ¿Cuántos años tiene usted? Ah. How old are you? Here, turn around and tell the camera. So you're 4 years old.
I'm 4 years old.
4 years old.
4 years old.
Okay. 4 years old. Mommy and daddy over there, huh? That's so beautiful.
Now, fine.
I'm on 5'2". All right. Yeah. You see, so look here. The families can bring their children here. Mom and dad sitting there, they have a newborn there, and they have a 4-year-old daughter here. Does that tell you it's not? Tell me, is that safe here? I mean, think about it. Right after all this madness, we're back in Mexico. I just got in from Vietnam. We got up and was fun, but I came here to take care of some business. We're back in Mexico. So here you go. It may not be Mexico, but what are some of the businesses like Mr. Ryan Owens have been doing? What about the places that you want to buy? Where you go visit? Why not? What are you going to say is my time? What are you going to take the approach?
Always be inspired by this conversation. That's another thing that's super important is what I like about here is community open-minded people. A lot of people, you have these conversations more frequently, they're smiling and happy, they don't know how to meet them. And just having that energy is so powerful to be inspired, to take action. When you're positive, it's easier to make that shift. If you're not optimistic, it's hard to make that shift. You're going to look for every reason not to, instead of every reason to.
That's so true. What's the first word a baby learns? Side bonding. What's the next word? That day is called no. N-O. You take the no and flip it upside down, it means on to the next opportunity. And life is too short. You got to smell the coffee and smell the roses along the way. And I'm just so blessed that I'm surrounded by like-minded people because we encourage each other. I can encourage Mr. Owens, I can encourage Mr. Clemmons all the time. Not that I listen, but anyway, he'll say that. But it's a collaboration, and it's a mastermind of minds coming together to see how we can bless and help each other expand our life.
Yeah, man, you hitting it right on, man. That's why I appreciate doing this because it's one of those things where you get so used to doing this, you forget that you're outside of the box, you're outside of the norm. And it just becomes a new way of life. It becomes a new way of life.
And it's a blessing. As you travel around the world, you'll find friends who are there. You'll find a place to go eat, find places that you like, and you'll find things you don't like. Expose yourself to more opportunities in life because life is very short.
You gotta make the best of every moment.
So don't believe if you're on the media all the time. People on the streets here, and we're talking about nothing's changed. Slow down a little, comes back to normal. Anyway, I think this has been a great call. You guys been enjoying it? Leave a comment below. Please leave a comment below. And if you haven't got my new book, it just came out about a month ago. Go get it. It's on Amazon, and it's called Entrepreneurial Mindset. Get it? Mindset. What's your mindset? Mindset for what? For wealth. And wealth is not just dollars and cents. It can be health. It can be spiritual. It can be friend. Wealth is described as so many avenues, not just dollars and cents, folks. Wealth, like Mr. Ryan Owens said, what do you feel like getting up? Mr. Clemmons, he wants to travel, do what he wants to do. It's a beautiful thing. There's so many wealth that can accomplish. That's just one thing. It's multiple. Listen, gentlemen, give us a word of hope.
Man, I just want to appreciate you guys. Every time you're in Mexico, you make time to spend time with me. My social media is at Ryan Bradley Owens, and I'm going to be doing YouTube because I've been inspired by you guys. Seeing you guys collaborate and make a difference in your community and your network of people. And the words I want to give is have faith and take lead. Step into who you believe you can become because you can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. And I'm going to be sharing that journey now and document that process. Let people be a part of where I'm going next and how I got here and be of service to them through that process. And I'm excited to do that. And it's a new rebirth of me here in Mexico. It's my 5th year, and I'm going to make the best of this period of time before I move to Thailand.
Hey, 5 years before he goes to Thailand. We'll be going to Thailand and visiting. Although I got to stop by Vietnam again.
Yes, sir.
For me, what did over both of them just said, just live life. And as you stated, if you only got 48 hours to live, what you can do? So live every day just like that because you never know when that time comes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. We love comments. And let me give you a blessing. Send this out to at least 7 people. Skip it. 7 within the next 3 days. And watch the blessing come back to you. Trust me, I've been blessed with my whole life. So God bless you all. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. And please take heed of what we just said today. I want to thank Ryan Owens and also want to thank my partner, Mr. Clemmons. We want to thank you for joining us today. Take care. God bless.